Hey guys, happy Wednesday, and this is Gymnastics Strength Day. So we are going to do an EMOM, 3 movements. That means 4 rounds through each movement, right? Work on quality here, and just like weight training, start with something that's definitely doable, really focus on quality, and build difficulty as you go. We find in gymnastics a lot of times people start with really hard variations, and then as they hit failure, they actually go the opposite way. Think about weightlifting. We don't start with the heaviest weight and then take weight off as we go. We typically start where we're comfortable and build up. Take that same concept. All right, so 3 movements are going to be strict pull-ups. We've got handstand walking and ring support. So strict pull-ups, pretty straightforward. Some of these are scales we use in workouts, so you can use a band. So 1 foot in, okay, but no swing. So really focus on good control up and down. Pull as high as you can and control on the way down. Try to keep your feet in front of you the whole time. What I mean is, as you get here, don't try to that drop your body and you start getting that little bit of swing and momentum. So really control up and down to work on strength. You can also use rings, ring row. We can change the angle of our body, but again, same thing. Good range of motion, good control up and down. 5 to 8 reps there. For the stronger athletes, you can add weight if you'd like. So from here, handstand walking. Lots of variations for handstand walking. I'll talk about a couple. Number 1, most common is going to be the wall walk. So you would start laying on the ground in the bottom of a push-up position, step your foot up to the wall, right? Get your head between your arms, so that nice tucked chin, and then you walk yourself towards the wall, okay? You go as close as you feel comfortable, and then walk back. Again, notice the position here. My wrist is over my shoulder, all right? We don't want to be in this position, okay, where my head is out in front, okay? So tuck the chin, find that nice stacked position, take your time, and you can do a few reps every minute. So another great scale for those is learning to kick up and start walking. So just learning to kick up against the wall is a skill you need to do a handstand walk. Because if you think about a handstand walk, it's a kick up and then you start going forward, right? So getting comfortable just with the kick up is where you would start. I have these 3 lines on the ground. I'd start by just kicking up, in control, and coming back down. The next step would be to move back a little bit and try to do a little mini handstand walk where you know the wall is going to catch you. So I'd go 1 step back and then do a little walk. As you get more comfortable, you make the walk a little bigger and you can do some practice reps like that, okay? From there, the 3rd movement is the ring support. So finding a set of rings. You can also use a band for this as well if you need some support. But main thing here, you can jump to the top, okay? We want to get the elbows locked out, feet are together, right? And really focus on pushing down. We talk about active shoulders a lot. We press the bar overhead. Same thing here. We want to be pushing down. The belly is tight, feet are together in that nice hollow body position. Okay, we don't want the elbows to bend or to come in this position. We want to push and turn. Think the elbows are pushing forward, okay? So you can use a band for this as well, but holding 20 to 30 seconds. If that's hard for you to be floating in free space, you can also put your feet on the ground, right? Like, sorry, these are a little bit high, but with a little bit of support with your feet on the ground, just to kind of feel that position or reduce the length of time, okay? So that is our gymnastic strength. Let's talk about conditioning. All right, guys, so we have a fun little 2-part conditioning. It's 2 8-minute AMRAPs with a 2-minute rest in between. Similar movements, but let's talk about it. The first 8-minute AMRAP is going to be the more challenging technical one. So it's going to be 3 bar muscle ups followed by 9 handstand push-ups and then 20 double unders. Okay, so short reps, but the movements are a little more challenging. We've got the bar muscle up. So I'll give you 2 quick versions of a bar muscle up that you can try. If there's room in class and you have time to set up, you can do a jumping bar muscle up. These are pretty fun. So set up the height so that you can jump and get over the bar. Okay, so this is teaching your body how to explode from under the bar and transition your weight on top. The dip part's pretty easy. We can also use a band, all right? So a band, much more challenging. Okay, you have to have the timing of the swing, and it gives you a little bit of help getting up and over the bar. So 1 foot goes in, okay, start, jump, swing, and then it allows you to transition up over the top. Again, there's only 3, okay? So you can work on, if the bar muscle up is hard for you, you can work on just doing like maybe chest to bar pull-ups or even a burpee pull-up, something like that. 3 reps. From there, we're going to go to handstand push-ups. So handstand push-ups, I have a pad out here. Start kicking up to the wall, lower down. Kipping is allowed, meaning I can drive from my hips coming back up. All right? So we don't like to reduce range of motion too much. So if that's hard for you, you can go to a elevated pike position here, touch the top of your head, and push back. All right? So you can also go down to having a set of dumbbells and doing some challenging seated dumbbell press. All right? All right, so after you perform those seated dumbbell press, you're going to go to the jump rope. The double under is the one thing that's in both of our little AMRAPs today. Okay, so it's 20 double unders. Focus on keeping the chest tall. Using those wrists, okay? And I always say chest tall because we want to avoid, when you try a double under, this happens a lot, is that people drop their chest. They jump downward, all right? So really focus on staying tall. The way that we teach everyone, start with singles, so you can do double the number of singles if you need, focusing on that tall chest, and then work in a double in between, okay? Maybe do 10 double unders per round or something like that, okay? But this should be fast, moving through. You only have 8 minutes, so finding a version and reps that you can move through for 8 minutes, okay? 2-minute rest, we go to another 8-minute AMRAP, but the movements get a little simpler now that you're more tired. So instead of bar muscle ups, it's gonna be pull-ups, and instead of handstand push-ups, it's going to be regular push-ups, but you're gonna do double the number of reps. So for pull-ups, again, use a band if you need, rings if you need. For push-ups, focus on good standard of movement. So 18 push-ups per round from shoulder down to the ankle, okay? We don't wanna see that sagging, right, type thing. One version that you can do is find something to stack your hands up. So the higher I put my hands, the easier those push-ups are gonna be, okay? Or you can use something like a band around your hips, okay? Something like this to support. Again, just make sure you're getting a good range of motion, trying to work on that body position. And then this AMRAP also finishes with the 20 double unders as well. So those are the 2 little AMRAPs. So find some scales that work for you, have fun with it, and we got a little mobility cool down for you today. All right, guys, our cool down today is just some mobility, soft tissue work. Perhaps you've seen the lacrosse balls floating around. The idea here is this is basically a foam roller for some of the smaller, harder to reach muscles in your body. So we often use foam rollers for the bigger muscles like our legs. The lacrosse ball can work on things like your lats, right, in between your shoulder blades, your traps. And so we're just gonna spend about 5-10 minutes. You can use the wall, you can use the ground, and just trying to find some tight spots you can move around and just basically giving yourself a massage, looking for some of those tight muscles in between the shoulder blades, along the lats, around the armpits, neck, and traps. So the coach will help you guys through that. That's it for today. See you tomorrow.